私の兄弟たち。この世界はもう私たちのもの。
Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a strategy to clear the SSSS final trial, where the time law is when you have an ally within 2 blocks, increase all attack and defense stats by 20%. So let's get started. So let's take a look. There is Listel, who has Blood Dance, Reaper's Touch, and Demon God's Bulwark. Okay. There is Verakia with Maneuver, Plunder, and Attack Intimidate. Bozel with Faction Buff, Earthquake, and Black Hole. Alte Muller, Strong Arm, Raging Thunder, Dragon's Breath. Okay. And then there is Omega with Surprise Attack, Knowing Strike, Focus Snipe, and finally Listel, who has Blood Dance, Reaper's. Oh, I already talked about Listel. Okay, so to take down Omega, I guess I'm just gonna use Juggler with Sacred Beast him to make him unable to move, right? And I actually think that if you have Ledin with his 3C, Ledin's probably the better way to go. Although preferably if you use Ledin, you're going to want maybe Swordsmith Metal for the immunity to the fixed damage dealt by the Shinobi, right? You know, just for this fight, you can throw it onto him. So that's fine. I'm going to want to one-shot Bozel, so I think I'm going to bring Sonya here with her Strike and Chaos Helix, so she can attack here. In the north, Leon would be fine to kill off Verakia, so that way I have 2 single target strikers to kill off these 2. And then Listel I'm probably going to deal with Bozel, with Earthquake, Black Hole, and Sleep to put Listel to sleep. And then finally I need someone to deal with Alte Muller, which should be an infantry class character. If you have a 6-star Deedlit like I do, she's probably the best here, right? You can move up, right? Cast Gospel on herself, then use Elven Aura to probably crush Alte Muller in one shot. You know, you'll have to give her infantry soldiers, so but she has access to heavy infantry, right? So that's probably the ideal option. If you don't have Deedlit, Leonhard would work great too, right? With Fusion Dark Emperor Sword followed by Air Slash. You know, melee infantry Matthew would also work, right? Infantry Matthew could also crush Alte Muller. And of course Elwyn, if Elwyn's an infantry class. And I think there's also, Lanford, if Lanford's an infantry class. So there are a lot of infantry choices. It's just my only infantry characters that's truly built is probably Leonhard. I suppose I theoretically could use Bernhard too, since he is, but Bernhard, meh, right? Also, the other key point is, in order to use Bernhard, you would need Apex boost so that he has 4 movement to attack this Alte Muller. My Bernhard doesn't have that 4 movement. So I'm gonna use Leonhard, who is 5 stars, with Fusion Dark Emperor Sword followed by Air Slash. Alright, so my party setup is complete. Let's get started here. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to start, I think, with an Earthquake here. To debuff these enemies. Perfect. And I'm going to Sacred Beast him, my Juggler, next to Ledin, or next to Omega. Then in the north, let's start with Fusion Dark Emperor Sword from Leonhard. Right? Act again, and Air Slash Alte Muller. Looking good. So now let's have Leon's begin his attack by using Chivalry and Assault. And I'll just leave Leon here. And finally, Sonya is going to use Strike,
足引っ張らないでバカ。何
and then Chaos Helix in melee range. Oh, doesn't actually do enough damage to kill Bozel. Interesting. Wow, that actually did far less damage than I expected. Hold on, what the heck happened there? Why did that do so little damage? Does Chaos Helix do... No, it does physical damage. Right? I'm surprised. Well, regardless. Let's put Listel to sleep for now.
何をしてるのか分かっているのか計画通り
Right.
準備完了です
And guess I'm just gonna D-Shock
行くぞ
Omega.
了解
And then start focusing on crushing Bozel. Sonya is so heavily damaged that I think I'm just gonna have Leon finish that Bozel off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess Sonya will strike Listel for now. Hoping Muller suicides into my juggler. And now there's just Listel to deal with. So start with a range attack. From Bozel. And then follow up with Leon. And done. That was almost anticlimactic. Much easier than I thought it would be, for sure. But there we have it. And I covered all the other alternatives, right? Juggler with his Sacred Beast Hymn makes it so that the enemies are immobilized. And, you know, Ledin, if your Ledin has his 3C, which mine currently doesn't, I really will unlock it probably later today, right? But Ledin's 3C, Righteous Duel, does the same thing, right? All adjacent enemies within 1 block suffer -3 mobility. So that would also reduce Omega's mobility to 0, so that Ledin can get a melee counter-strike against Omega to kill him off. So there are various options to clearing that fight. The big surprise to me was that Sonya did so little damage to Bozel, but that worked out. I mean, Sonya, even though she did that little damage initially, you know, the follow-up attacks afterwards were able to kill it off anyways. Might have been the fact that I brought Vampire Bats. Maybe if I had changed to Bone Dinos that has plus 45% attack increase, Sonya might have been able to one-shot, right? Because the Vampire Bats only have the 688 attack. The Bone Dinos have 721 plus 45%, which is a big difference. So I think that might have been one of the reasons why Sonya failed to do damage, because I think Sonya had to waste a lot of her strikes on the soldiers instead of on Bozel directly. That's likely it. Other than that, I mean, Leon did great there. Even though my Leon has a balanced blade, which gives no attack increase, so he's effectively missing 10% attack, he was still able to one-shot Ferrokia. And I suppose what might have helped as well was if I had Leon bring his 3C, Blue Dragon Strike. Because the Blue Dragon Strike 3C would have done, I could have placed Leon closer to Bozel to do AoE damage to Bozel, so that Sonya would have an easier time taking out Bozel. So that's one other adjustment I could have made to improve what I just did. In any case though, a clear is a clear, so thanks for watching everyone. I hope you found this video useful to you. And on that note, Nitro out.